what they do. With an elephant in the room, where the local legends come true. That's not the way to come out of it.
I was in the womb writing double entendres. Hooked to a machine like I'm Conway. Serve me a plate, tengo hambre. No, it is the...
Good everyone, Chaplain Brown, Roke Shepherd, and we are back with Elephant in the Room. And we're just going to talk about this topic of hope. And it's coming from the Maverick CEO, Cynthia Marshall. And honestly, I didn't know we had female owners as far as in the NBA, but it's spectacular just to hear her story. And I believe it will inspire many and inspire myself just to keep going, keep doing what I do. So without further ado, let's go ahead and tune into the video.
That she is fearless. This optimism, I know who's on your side.
Yes.
God's on your side.
Yes.
Her resume, a history of barriers she's broken. The first black senior class president at her high school. The first black cheerleader at UC Berkeley. The first black member of Delta Gamma at the university. And then the first black female CEO in the NBA at the age of 58.
Yo,
did
this
you set
surprised
out
me.
to be the first,
Big time.
or
That
did you
surprised
just
me.
do what you did?
No, I just did what I did. You don't know you're the first.
And so,
But
so
the road
casual
to
with
success
it.
was not easy. Cint grew up in the projects in California. At just
Okay.
11 years old, she witnessed her father shoot a man. Violence
Wow.
that was later aimed at her and her mother.
And I just want to say some of us come from similar backgrounds. Some of us experienced some things or seen some things that is just will blow your mind. And I never want to minimize that. So I know I've seen some things personally that I wish I probably never seen. I'm not even going to say probably. I wish I never seen. So this is remarkable to see someone that came from such a background that we haven't even finished talking about yet, and be where she is. 58 NBA owner, NBA team owner, which is crazy, and the first in so many categories. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get back to the video.
Here. Domestic violence was part of our family.
Where did you
Okay.
put that part of your life when you were a little girl?
It's a deep question.
You know, we hid it. I mean, people didn't know that my mom was, a victim of domestic violence. They didn't know my dad was doing the things he was doing.
What was the worst your dad ever hurt you?
He broke my nose when I was 15
Whoa.
years old.
Did he think that you could ever become somebody?
No, and that was the painful part. He told my youngest
That is
sister and I
painful.
that summer that we would be hookers on the street without him.
Whoa.
Cint was determined.
And that's just sad, you know. And unfortunately, this is the reality for a lot of people, and it's tough. Many of us experience a similar reality, so that's just hard. But to be where she at is spectacular. So I just had to provide a note on that. That's crazy from your own parents. You know what I'm saying? To get that type of, that's not even a motivation. That's just completely toxic, and you just from a personal side. So that's hard. Wow. But we'll just continue flowing with the video.
To prove him wrong, going to college, then working her
Proving
way
him
up
wrong.
at AT&T, where at one point she turned down a big promotion after her boss asked her to change her appearance, behavior, even her name.
I said, when I first started, y'all made me get rid of my red shoes and take down my braids. Like, when does this stop? At some point, I have to be able to be me. And now you want to change my name? I've been sent my whole life.
Cint still got that promotion with higher management encouraged to who she was, and she did, experiencing a powerful moment when she joined the company on Wall Street years later to help ring the opening bell.
Okay.
I just started crying. And our CFO, John Stevens, is standing
I
there.
can
And he goes,
imagine.
Cint, what's wrong?
I gotta be really emotional.
And I said, my daddy told us that we were going to be hookers on the street.
Wow.
And I told my mom I'm going to make my money on Wall Street.
And you did.
I said, oh my goodness, I'm on Wall Street. This is
Making it.
crazy.
Amid her career success, Cint and her husband Kenny struggled to start a family.
4 second trimester miscarriages. in 10 years of trying to have kids. 4.
Goodness.
Did you think maybe we're not meant to have
That's
children?
heartbreaking right there.
No, I didn't think that. My husband thought that.
Like, how do you even recover? Like, you get to a certain point in life and you're hitting this pinnacle, and then more challenges come. And it seems like you really don't get a break. And that's just the reality of life sometimes, is that when you begin to progress, it seems like there's more challenges and more barriers to get to the next point. And we all experience it. So I just encourage you, just as Cynthia Marshall began to just continue to overcome it, and what we will hear here shortly, is to keep going and still have hope. And that's one thing that she held on to, was hope. I mean, this whole story is about hope.
Brought them their daughter, Carolyn, or Special K, as they called her. She was born prematurely and passed away 6 months later. Do you remember holding her?
Oh, yes. I remember all that. And they said, just hold her real tight
devastating.
because she'll probably be gone in about 2 days.
That's
Sint and
devastating.
Kenny later created their family of 6 through adoption. But in 2010, her strength was tested once again when Sint was diagnosed
Another
with
challenge.
stage 3 colon cancer.
I thought I had months to live.
And I don't know if you
It was
know
bad.
about stage 3 cancer.
Sint, now cancer-free, retired from AT&T in
Almost.
2017.
High.
But that retirement
High
did not last long. In 2018, she got a call from Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban. A
There it
bombshell
is.
Sports Illustrated article just
For our
revealed
Mavericks
sexual
fans out there.
harassment and other improper workplace misconduct within the organization.
Wow.
I said, I don't know if I'm going to do this. And 2 women stopped me and said, are you the person who Mark Cuban said is going to come in and help us and save us? And they talked to me and they told me their stories.
What were you learning?
They said, we need help. You have to come in. The stuff in the article is true. So I went home and I prayed about it. I came back the next day.
How did you go about it?
I laid out a vision from
There
day
it
one
is.
that said we would set the global standard in the NBA for diversity and inclusion.
Indeed.
And then I laid out a set of values, the spelled crafts: character, respect, authenticity, fairness, teamwork, and safety,
Love
both
it.
physical and emotional safety, and said these will not just be on the walls, but they would operate in the halls.
2 years later, the Mavericks won the 2020 NBA Inclusion Leadership Award.
Okay.
Sint has also navigated the Mavericks through the pandemic and the social justice movement,
Wow.
helping to create conversations within their community on how to address systemic racism.
If we want to make sure that equity is really something that we're all practicing every day, we need to be out there
Right.
to make it happen. Some things are bigger than basketball. We love basketball too now.
Of course.
But some
Amen
things
to
are bigger
that.
than basketball.
Yeah.
I love it.
A set of values she established long before stepping onto the court. Is there a quote that you hold on to?
Yes, and especially when it comes to work. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
So there you have it. Cynthia Marshall leading the way, instilling hope. So there's always hope for your situation. There's always hope. No matter what you're going through, continue to hold on to hope. And with that, I leave you with a scripture from my faith tradition, Romans 12:12. Rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, be constant in prayer. And I am Rogue Shepherd, Chaplain Brown, signing off.